Previously on TVSins.
What are you doing?
I'm suturing a banana.
Now, you never ever want to do this with a pineapple. I almost died.
Episode does not contain a couch gag. As clever and intelligent as the humor can be on The Simpsons, they have never shied away from sitcom-y humor, such as running into something with their car that could easily be avoided. And all I'm saying is, maybe they should. Also, with what appears to be 6 feet, and counting, of snow on the ground, why is the school still having this event at all? And before you say, I lived in bumfuck Minnesota and I had to go to school with 10 feet of snow on the ground. Just remember that when snow days come up in this very series, they often require very little snow to close school. The show sets up earlier that they will be stuffing jokes onto every sign and into every corner of the Simpsons universe with puns, wordplay, irony, hyperbole, and every other trick in the thesaurus. And if you think this isn't going to earn a bunch of sins off, you haven't been paying attention to what goes on around these parts. Also, let's assume the misspelling of pageant is on purpose. There is no one who would write a star rating like that unless that's the British way of writing 4.5 stars. To which I say, a differ is bent as a 9-bob note, and even if I don't know my onions, I'm still about to go to spare. But idiot box has to idiot box, I guess. Despite not having any risers, each row of these kids appears to be higher than the previous. Based on their feet, either that floor is super slanty, or those kids be levitating. Main characters in a sitcom are always forgetful and late to their children's functions cliche. Man, early Simpsons was so hard up for cash that when these kids clearly opened their mouths for an O sound, it came out as an E.
Presented by the entire second grade class.
Oh, Lisa's class.
And considering animated characters never age, she could be a second grader well into her 40s. Oh wow, the reactions of the parents to Lisa's dance are exactly like their reactions to Ralph's eyeball popping out earlier. Like, impossibly so. Also, this grass skirt is so sparse that I'm just gonna believe that Lisa Nudrow here is simply wearing yellow tights and move on for the sake of all of us, okay? Marge has absolutely no reaction to Bart getting pulled out of the choir. I guess early on, Marge was blind not only to her son's antics, but his punishment too.
Dear friends of the Simpson family.
Christmas letter narration. Letteration? Why is Homer surprised here? There's not a Snowball 2's chance in Matt Groening's hell that he didn't see or hear that cat before pulling her up with the Christmas lights. For someone who just left a Homer-sized dent in the snow, he somehow has no snow on it. He must have the Bill Murray Ghostbusters Cool Whip claws.
Marge, turn on the juice!
If the lights were already finished, what was Homer adjusting on the side of the roof when he fell? Also, while The Simpsons is already showing many bright spots early, Dan Castellaneta's terrible Walter Matthau impression does not appear to be one of them.
But Mom, I thought you'd like it.
Small clinics.
It's a simple routine involving lasers.
Cool.
However, it is rather expensive.
Of all the things that are going to cost the Simpsons their Merry Christmas, it's decided that Bart's tattoo removal is important enough to spend all their money on. All because Marge thinks Homer's getting a Christmas bonus at the nuclear plant. I guess that means Mr. Burns was a completely different character who actually gave out Christmas bonuses in previous years. This couldn't wait.
Ow, quit it. Ow, quit it.
I could swear Bart is saying, "Ow, quit it," before Lisa actually touches his bandage. F***ing Fox. Marge thinks it's necessary to turn over the jar so that Homer can see there's no money in there, despite the nature of the jar, which is glass. Also, what exactly is the floor plan for the Simpsons' home? It looks like the arch from the living room is directly across from the arch to the kitchen, but earlier it looked like the arch was much bigger and entered the TV area perpendicular to the kitchen. Who designed this home? MC Escher? Damn, Homer. I know Christmas is ruined, but isn't it f***ing snowing outside and you're in short sleeves? He probably is drunk, so maybe that's the reason, but damn. The emotion of Homer's fraudacy here, knowing that his family doesn't have any money for Christmas, but he can't tell them, is actually genuinely moving. Even if this show somehow runs for 30 seasons, it's nice to know that it will never lose sight of that heart for extra cheap laughs. So glad that will never happen.
Hey, Mr. Simpson, you dropped your pork chop.
Kids.
Well, happy holidays, Simpson.
Maybe Flanders wasn't a religious do-gooder yet when they were making the show, but having Flanders say happy holidays is against his character type. How many Santas could possibly be needed in one small city?
Cupid, Donna Dixon.
Throwing out that always hilarious Donna Dixon reference for all the bosom buddies and Dr. Detroit heads out there, huh? Wait, wasn't she also in Wayne's World and Exit to Eden, where alliterative titles in her freaking contract? If Homer is using a chainsaw to cut down his illegal Christmas tree, why does the stump look like this? This guy and his dogs are not very good at protecting their property if they can't chase down Homer Simpson running with a large Christmas tree. Also, is there even a tree tied onto this car? Or did Homer stuff it in the back seat or the trunk?
Why is there a birdhouse in it?
Considering how Homer dragged it away and the amount of transportation to get back to the house, Selma would be excellent at TVSins.
Do I smell gunpowder?
Not unless you have bloodhound blood hounding your bloodstream. You can only hear those gunshots a bit in the distance, so Homer was nowhere near any gunpowder.
Hey, Santa, what's shaking, man?
There is less than 0% chance Bart wouldn't know this was his father before pulling off the beard.
I'm going on a dog track.
Sure, gambling establishments might be open, but dog racing on Christmas Eve when it's freezing? Man, I've heard of some degenerate gambling in my time, but this tops anything Michael Jordan's ever done.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Fox cashes in by putting some Star Wars in my Simpsons. What's next? Homer saying I find your lack of faith disturbing?
Come on, boy. Sometimes your faith is all that keeps me going.
Doesn't seem possible, but I guess TV has betrayed me.
Doesn't seem possible that someone stole the TVSins motto almost 30 years ago, but here we are.
Hey, Simpson!
Damn. Barney's making that $130 stretch a long way. And why did he even come back to the dog trap? Did Homer tell him that he'd be looking for winning tickets out in the parking lot while Barney went out, got his hair done, and got a date?
You came in last for the last time!
Wasn't Santa's little helper a replacement for some other dog in that race? Did this guy really think he had a chance to win? Oh well, thank God he didn't, because now the Simpsons can get their iconic dog.
But he's a loser! He's pathetic! He's a Simpson.
Damn it, is someone cutting dusty onions in here? Come on, Simpsons. If you're gonna finish with an episode ends with a camera shot that freezes the action for maximum emotion cliche, at least have the moment the picture is taken look something like the final shot. What? Do you think that because people assume you're doing satire, you can just get away with anything?
Take it, Homer!
Hey, Rudolph, get your nose over here.
Homer's been singing this whole song correctly the whole time, but when Marge asks him to take it, he becomes Enrico Palazzo.
Like a tail of the
You little...
Child abuse.
Hey, that hurts. No wonder no one came to my birthday party.
Excuse me.
Will the Joker got a
I don't want to kill you, but I will.
Oh, you should see what it looks like from out here.
It could be seen up and down Cleveland Street, the symbol of the old man's victory.
All right, the mall.
Let's go to the mall today.
No, I want an official red undercover knife and 200 jet regimental rifle.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
I'm Jolly Old St. Nick.
Oh, yeah? We'll just see about that.
You sit on a throne of lies.